Hi, welcome to my mini addiction. I make and paint miniatures and terrain for tabletop gaming. And if you're one of my regular viewers, you probably are noticing I'm getting this video out a little later than normal. I try to do at least one video a week, and it's been more like a week and a half since my last posting, and I'm blaming it on Auril the Frostmaiden because she sent a winter storm upon my realm. And that just kind of threw everything, out of whack. So, yeah, we had snow, we had wind, we had freezing rain, which led to ice, and we had days of temperatures in the teens, and that normally doesn't happen in my area. And now we're back in the 50s, so it's kind of very crazy weather. But due to all that, we had power outages. We had time where we had no water. I had to do lots of prepping, around my house to be prepared for no water and no electricity. I had things that I had to do to get ready for my work, and then I had to do some remote work, and so it's been just kind of really a crazy last couple weeks. I did in my last video, I put out my time-lapse painting of my spellcasting hollow, and this is part of the Magic and Mages Fantasy City that I've been very slowly 3D printing and painting for about the last year and a half. So that was my last video, was the time-lapse painting on this building. And even while I was working on this one couple weeks ago, we were still starting to have some of the power outages. I live in an area where there's lots of trees, and we've got we don't have the underground power lines, so a lot of times limbs fall down, knock out the power. So I did some painting by candlelight on this, which not the easiest thing to do. And then later during the snowstorm, I tried to do some more candlelight painting, and it works okay on terrain because I don't need to see or have a lot of light to kind of see what I'm doing. And so I started working on this. Let me show you. It's a little off camera, but this is actually the base for a bell tower. And this is a bell tower that it was made for Frostgrave. And I don't play the game, but I thought the bell tower was awesome, and I know that it's a significant part of the game. And so I was like, well, if I ever get to the point where I do play it, I will have this ready. In the meantime, I was like, what, just this base alone, it could be used for, other scenarios and RPGs. So this one I actually started painting also during a power outage. So for as long as my eyes could handle working by candlelight, I did all the base coating and then started kind of picking out some of the different colors for the stones and the brickwork and things like that. So that was something I was able to start, and then I had to put on hold some of my more detailed stuff. But now that power's back and I'm able to keep going, I finished this dragon, and this was from it's a Heroes Infinite, and it's one of their now see, I should have looked it up before I started filming the actual name. It's something of the Eastern Suns, and now I'm gonna have to look it up, and then I will put it on the screen as soon as I know what the actual title of this mini is. But this was one that it was sometime in the fall. We had a 3D printed the whole set, and I set this guy aside because I was like, that is an awesome dragon, and I wanted to get this one painted up right away. And it had been sitting unfinished on my desk for quite a while. So as soon as I had the chance to finish it up, I went and I did that. Partly also because there's been so many times I thought I was going to knock the thing over. The wings are so delicate, and I sometimes catch things on my compression gloves, and there was times that I almost lost the guy because I had reached past and he got hung up. And so I'm like, what, I really want him away and in a display cabinet. So some other things I'm working on. So going back to the bell tower, I have most of it 3D printed already. Now, I did have to, of course, power outages were wreaking havoc on my printers, just because when, I've got the Ender 3 S1 Pro, which if there's a surge, and it will restart when it has power and pick up where it left off. But if it's been sitting there cold for so long, the build plate just it doesn't stay adhered, and so I had so many things that were affected by these power outages and surges that it just messed up the print, that I just, you know, shut everything down for a while. And then I had a problem with printer where after a power outage and it wasn't running anything, it had finished, and then I went and I hastily started something up, and then I went to go take care of other things that needed to be resolved now that the power was back on. And so it had been like an hour, and I went back to find that something had happened in the initial layers on the print, and PLA was everywhere. And not just, you know, spaghetti string, it had globbed up all over, you know, the hot end, and then had gone up into some of the wiring. So that printer is out of commission. But luckily my daughter has been letting me use her printer to keep things going on the bell tower. So as long as I don't run out of PLA, I should be able to fairly soon get the bell tower all printed, so then I can continue painting on that. So that kind of is an update on what I've been doing the last couple weeks, and hopefully now that the weather has gotten better, I will not have disruptions that are causing me not to have a chance to paint. So thanks guys for joining me for this catch-up video, and I will see you guys next time.